You are now tuned into Kool Kidz Astro News. We are adjusting, family. It's been a second. What's up, gang? How is everybody? Happy New Year. We're walking through the portals of our lives. Welcome to a new era of our time, space, place, dimensions, realms, seen and unseen. You feel me? Ooh. So, gang, we're going to jump in. We're just talking about what's happening for January. Some of the planetary shifts, things to look out for, some keynotes and dates and times and spaces and phases. So welcome as we're entering into January Capricorn season. Shout out to all my Cap gang, my Cap cities, my Capricorn brothers and sisters. Many blessings and love to all you guys. Shout out to everybody. So Jupiter went direct in Taurus on the 31st. Mercury went direct as well in Sagittarius on the 1st. So with Venus squaring Saturn right now, as we're going through this week, so it's hangover city for everybody. So happy New Year. Shout out to everybody. Hope you guys are able to function, getting going and getting our times and our shifts and our organizing, getting on that grind again. And just to get, it's, the beginning of the year. So it's starting to refocus and reset and redo everything. And so I'm sure everybody's feeling feeling a little draggy, and that's just what it is, especially going through the Mercury retrograde as we're getting out of the end of the year. It's now we're just like feeling, some of us could be feeling sluggish and like, man, here we go again with, our routine. And so, but the cool thing and good thing about even just within January and all these planetary shifts, with Jupiter going direct in Taurus, this means a lot of abundance is happening for us. So a lot of material wealth, a lot of, most importantly too, that inner wealth. But Jupiter is the planet of fortune, of abundance. So this is expanding our horizons in our knowledge and what it is that we are planting the seeds, especially being in Capricorn season. It's all about that longevity, the long-term investment. So staying in this energy is going to continue to give us the direction of which way we want to go and how we're setting the tone for the New Year's. So staying above the low vibrational energies, obviously day in and day out, the thought patterns is going to really keep you in this high vibe pushing through for January. And so with Mercury going direct on the 1st, that means also, we're clearing space. And so now it's time for us to push forward. Now it's time for us to take action and be in motion and really accept everything that we have experienced. And especially through the retrograde seasons, everything that we had to let go of, habits, relationships, jobs, situationships, all the things, fam. And so we're, again, as we're tail end of the shadow phase of the Mercury retrograde, it's now we're able to take the initiative to start moving forward. So with the 1/1 portal too, walking through this new age of Aquarius, walking through this new year, this new season of our lives. And with this year, 2024 being the year of 8. So in numerology, 8 is infinity. And so this is also the year of the dragon. Oh, shout out to the dragon crew that's out here. So even the symbology of symbologies. Symbology, I think so, is the dragon is of luck and fortune. And so 8 in numerology is infinity, and Saturn is the ruling planet for the number 8. And so ambitious, diligent in your work. Again, now that we're in motion of leaving Mercury retrograde and in Capricorn season, we're in motion. It's time for, being really, really diligent and focus on the long-term wealth, on the long-term longevity of our career, of our lives, what we want to do, what are we called to do here in this lifetime, really focusing on that inner wealth as well, so that we can continue to push forward to gain and pull in that material wealth, that tangible wealth. And so with the life path number 8, peoples, y'all are some natural born leaders. And I actually did that for which sign did I do that? It's the earth signs, zodiac earth signs for December's readings. I'll plug that in. And because I mentioned on the title that y'all are some natural born leaders. So definitely check that out. I'll link it into the video with this too. So life path number 8 being natural born leaders financially and in business matters as well. So entrepreneurship, career. And so this is a year of big time abundance and big time self growth. And so with the year of dragon, it's innovation, it's new projects, and especially to anybody and everybody wanting to get into or purchasing real estate, property. This is a fortunate time of the year to do that with the year of the dragon. So it's really the investments in property and real estate and housing. However, and if that's something you guys are into or looking forward to gaining this year, it's going to be prosperous and you'll be able to have a lot of good luck and favorable within purchasing those homes, investing in those properties and the real estate and so on. And so again, with our thoughts and feelings and being in this confidence of this overflow, of this abundance, of this leadership position that we are all being forced and falling into naturally, this will play and help us collectively impact us all as we continue to go through this year. And so the spirit animal dragon, again, is about power, it's change, it's fortune, it's luck, it's that mystical, that very passionate, fiery inner sun and, prosperity. And so this is just within the Chinese zodiac, the year of the dragon. That's what is the meaning behind the year of the dragon, which is beautiful. And so again, leadership position. So becoming those managers, becoming those business owners, becoming those leaders in your community. This year is going to be a very abundant and fruitful year for a lot of us. And so with Capricorn season, again, this is the long-term commitments, the investments, the legacy wealth, and Capricorn being in our 10th house, which is traditions, goals, reputation. So what are these things that we are looking at in our lives to help us thrive and set the tone for the new year? So Mars in Capricorn is defining the finer details, again, the details in how our belief systems, what traditional beliefs are we believing? Does that even work for us anymore? The goals that we're setting, ending these cycles so that we can start new cycles, but also having an open perspective when it comes to these traditional beliefs. Again, is it working for us? Is it not? And really fine tuning and defining what it is that is reputable to us. Does it truly represent what our belief system, with our belief system that can be in family dynamics, friendships, business partnerships, so on and so forth. And so the sun in Capricorn trines Uranus in Taurus on June 9th. So this is a very creative and productive time and week. So really focusing on your work ethic and having those new ideas and those projects and really putting and pushing forth in achieving your goals and what it is that you, again, want to bring forth into this new year, and being able to find that confidence in overcoming those roadblocks, mentally, emotionally, and continuing to stay, again, high vibes constantly through these shifts, through these planetary shifts. But really too, for myself, I felt this past week, your girl's been super productive. And so especially in Capricorn season, I find myself super just like focused and, head down focus and just ready to push through and get all these goals going and in motion. So this shift in time through the first week of January, it's really having that diligence and that work ethic and getting and helping yourself to achieve the goals that you want to overcome and become. So on the 11th, there's the new moon in Capricorn. Plus the 12th is going to be Mars in Capricorn that trines Jupiter in Taurus. So this pivotal time frame right now, or on the 11th and 12th, is going to be very, you're going to have that Midas touch. So the new moons, and it's going to be the first new moon of the year. So good luck, that Midas touch. Again, if you're trying to build that new business, if you're trying to manifest a better lifestyle, if you're trying to build a family that you want to have that legacy wealth with, this is going to be a good time to be productive and hone in on your manifestations and really be in the energy of feeling the high vibration of what that is, and also allowing it to let go and just continue to stay focused and on the hustle of what it is that you want to manifest into your life. And so start working on, those New Year resolutions if you haven't already. Again, so applying for a new job, if you're looking for a new job, financially, making your dreams come true. Really, it's a good time between the 11th and the 12th is a very lucky days. Very lucky days. So having that Midas touch and, in what it is that you, again, want to bring into your life, into building this legacy wealth for yourself. So Capricorn being the mountain goats, again, keeping, it's the metaphor of we are going to continue to stay on top of our game, regardless if we have to jump obstacles, regardless if the mountain goats are climbing all the way up to the top of the mountain, regardless if the edge is like the tiniest little things, but we're still making and climbing our way up. And however that is going to get us to the top, but being very, again, diligent, smart about it, decisive, it's going to work in our favor. And that's that willpower of that drive and being here in Capricorn season. And so you're really making it happen regardless of, anything coming up, trying to, get us off our game, as I've been saying on a lot of the readings. So it's really being on top of our game, and regardless of what's happening, for sure, take a break if you're feeling drained and tired, but also get back to work and get back onto that hustle and that grind. And so January 20th, the sun in Capricorn conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn. So Pluto goes into Aquarius, starting a new 20-year cycle that's leaving Capricorn, which was a 15-year cycle this past years. Man, the last 15 years, guys, really reflecting on like a whole life cycle. What was going on? How were things being, doing, breathing, shifting? And, you know, so much has changed. So much life has happened in the last 15 years. So this powerful aspect is about, again, like legacy wealth. It's focusing on our goals. It's having higher standards really for ourselves to achieve over what we achieved, to also embrace what we achieved the past several years through these planetary shifts and what we're planning for the future, and to be brave, as I was saying, to be, you know, having those higher standards and being smart and taking action and being brave about it and really staying strong through these times and these new shifts of our lives. So with the North Node in Aries being Emperor and Tarot, and so these are pushing us to becoming these leaders of ourselves, right? And so the South Node is in Libra, which is justice. And again, it's being, you know, it's having the balance and being humbled in the sense of, yeah, we're leaders, but also at the same time, we're finding the harmony within things and situations, and how to lead our community and how to speak our truth and how to even just spiritually evolve within ourselves. And so really giving ourselves that time and space to balance our emotional states, but also, again, it's very, you know, being these leaders. So we're continuing to hustle. So really finding that balance between the two. North Node in Aries is being leaders, solo artists, entrepreneurs, personal talents. So really diving into your talents, being those leaders of your business, of your community, is going to be so fruitful this year. I can't even express. So Aries is in the first house. So new intuitives, new intuitives for sure, initiatives and aspirations, our dreams, our goals. What are we looking to put out into the world? What's the talents and gifts that we've been suppressing and are afraid to show? It's time to bring it out. And so higher levels of self-awareness, deeper understandings of ourselves, our identity and our self-image. Again, it's really focusing on how we want to show up in the world and how we want to present ourselves to the world, really. But most importantly, to ourselves. How do we want to become those leaders? How do we want to establish that legacy wealth and be the leaders for our family, be the leaders for our legacy? And that's the main focus of what we're shifting through this year. And South Node in Libra is leaving the cycles with style and grace, always. So really bringing peace and harmony to the cycles that have ended in our lives, and using that as fuel to push forward into the new endeavors, into this new awareness of ourselves. And Libra is the 7th house. So it's, how are we identifying ourselves with new partnerships, romantic partnerships, in our marriage, in business relationships? So it indicates also foreign travel too. So if you are these leaders that have if you are these leaders that have businesses, you know, if your career is based off of you traveling, it's a good time for this year to really focus and hone in on those partnerships that you are trying to establish for this year that are going to be fruitful for every individual. That is, if your work is based off of traveling afar and distance and constantly having to go elsewhere to set up your projects, or, you know, meet with certain individuals that want to invest in the same projects and ideas and things and what it is that you're doing, it's a good time through this year to be able to do that and really hone in and know which partners you're going to have an established long-term relationship with. And so foreign travel is due to your profession. It also determines that what kind of sadhana, which is our meditative dedication, one does to attain this liberation, which is moshka. So again, it's really you honing in, defining these partnerships, really defining your sadhana, your inner wealth, your inner beauty, your inner legacy, your inner wisdom, all of it to be able to bring you into this liberated yet fruitful and abundant space and time in our lives, fam. So this is beautiful. This energy is dope. But again, this whole year is going to be so, man, it's going to be so beautiful. There's so much luck and so much fortune that we are all going to be able to experience and embrace in our realities, in our lives this year. So I'm super excited to see what this year is going to bring. I know that there's a lot of, for myself personally, there's a lot of projects and things that I want to get into and finally push out into the universe, into the world, to share collectively, to put that energy out so that we can continue to vibrate high and inspire everybody and our brothers and sisters that are looking for that inspiration to see, you know, we're able to do what it is that we want to do in our lives. It's just a matter of how much willpower, how much your mind is focused, how much you're really diligent when it comes to really honing in and taking the initiatives and being those leaders and making that shit happen, family. Ooh, let's go. Okay, so January 25th is the first full moon in Leo, gang, and this is the wolf moon. So shout out to my wolves out here. I'm saying January is filled of just individual solo entrepreneurship, like business leaders, hustlers. I'm saying I love this energy. And so this is going to happen at 9:54 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where your girl's at. And so the wolf moon, this year's first full moon, the wolf moon is named after howling wolves, but it's also often called the moon after Yule in the Anglo-Saxon tradition. So January's full moon is known as the wolf moon, meaning the winter moon in Alaska. And so this is a big time for ego boost, family, especially being in Leo representing the sun, being on stage. You know, we're trying to be the biggest, loudest, the prettiest and dopest. And so the way we're dressing, speaking, and creatively just embracing ourselves as human beings. And this is going to be the vibe around that time. So with the spirit animal wolf, this is loyalty, guardianship. So with the spirit animal wolf, it's loyalty, guardianship, teamwork, and wildness. And so many cultures traditionally value the wolf as a powerful guiding force. Wolves are extremely intuitive and have an almost supernatural instinct that can detect dangerous situations. So wolves are powerful, family. Your girl embraces her inner wolf for sure, fam. That loyalty and royalty inside my DNA, you feel me? And so this is going to be a really, again, being those leaders within this time frame, really manifesting and honing in and putting that energy out there to making that shit happen, family. I'm so excited this month, especially just, you know, setting the tone for the years. It's so exciting for me. And so January 26th, Uranus goes direct in Taurus. Taurus being the stubborns, but Uranus being change, you feel me? So this is causing us to move forward. Even though there's going to be that stubborn energy around this time frame, it's really challenging us on what it is that we need to change emotionally, spiritually, physically, all of it. And really taking that initiative to make that change happen and be ready for that change. Be ready for it to, whatever it is in your career, in your mind frame, in your inner well-being. Around the 26th, Uranus is going to go direct in Taurus. And the 27th, Venus is in Capricorn, that sextiles Saturn in Pisces. So this area, this is towards the end of the month. So around this area in time, it's really, we don't got time for those ishy offers. We don't got time for the one night stands. You feel me? And so it's more about having that long-term investment in partnerships and relationships, and really putting ourselves out there for the long-term commitments. And so it's not going to be that, what's the saying, here for a good time, not a long time. So around around the 27th, it's really picking your friends and your squad, really your crew and your team, and really who you're bringing into the next chapter and the next phases of our lives with all this change and these shifts that are happening. Venus being the ruler of love. So it's in partnerships and our friendships and how we even love ourselves. And so around that time is really taking the time and focusing in on defining these relationships around us. And so lastly, too, Saturn's in the sky, actually, which is super dope. And it's currently in the sky. So it's going to be in the sky from the 1st to the 31st. And so it's going to leave around 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. I had the opportunity to catch Saturn randomly when I was on my jog in the San Francisco streets, aka the hills of San Francisco. And I remember just running and came across some people that were just out with their telescopes. And I was just kind of wondering, like, what are they looking at? And so I didn't realize it was around that time that Saturn was in the sky. So it was so dope. You really could see the rings and the color of the planet, which is crazy to me. It was super dope. I don't even know if I have it in my phone anymore. This was like years ago. I'll have to look for it if I can find it. But Saturn's in the sky. So if you guys can have any telescopes or get to one, check it out. It's really dope. It's such a vibe. And so with that being said, also, we're going to be jumping into some solar eclipse season in April, but that's later down the road. And then Mercury retrograde will start in April time. So these are just some key dates, fam, that I wanted to touch base and share with you guys, because this is definitely a pivotal month. January is a beautiful month to really hone in and focus in on what it is that we want to bring into our realities, really what we want to set the tone for this year. And so I'm excited to share all these things and be right here with you guys, building, growing, believing, continuing to thrive in our inner wealth and sharing this love and wisdom with you guys. So family, shout out to my crew. I love y'all. Hope you guys are having a blessed and beautiful time so far. Welcoming in this new year, this new age of Aquarius family. So I love and appreciate all you guys. Shout out to everybody for rocking with your girl. Sending you guys so much love, family, peace, and so much love, gang.